When Meek Mill speaks, the rap world listens, and this time he's spilling secrets that most people never hear. Young rappers looking to climb the ladder often dream of rubbing shoulders with the biggest names in the industry. And who's bigger than Diddy? His parties are legendary, exclusive, luxurious, and filled with opportunities that could make or break a career. But Meek Mill is revealing a side no one talks about, the side that's hidden behind the champagne, the cameras, and the flashing lights. He's exposing what really happens to these young stars when they step into Diddy's world. It's not just networking or fun. There's pressure, politics, and lessons you only learn the hard way. According to Meek, these parties aren't just celebrations. They're testing grounds. They show who's ready for the fame, who can handle the scrutiny, and who might get swallowed up by the industry before their career even begins. And the shocking part? Many of the rappers who attend think they're on top of the world, but some leave changed forever. Some rise, some fall, and some realize the price of fame is higher than they imagined. In this video, we're breaking down Meek Mill's revelations, exploring what happens behind closed doors, and why these parties could define the next generation of rap. When it comes to the music industry, nobody knows the inner workings better than someone who's lived through it. Meek Mill isn't just a rapper, he's a survivor. He's seen the highs, the lows, the friends, the rivals, and the power games that happen behind closed doors. And now he's revealing the side of the industry. Most people don't see what really goes down when young rappers step into Diddy's legendary parties. Diddy's parties have always been a symbol of influence and opportunity. They're glamorous, star-studded, and often perceived as a gateway to the big leagues. For a young rapper, getting invited can feel like validation, proof that you've made it in the industry. But according to Meek Mill, the reality is far more complicated. These parties aren't just about fun or networking. They're a microcosm of the music world's politics. Every handshake, every conversation, every glance carries weight. Meek explains that these gatherings are more than social events. They're subtle tests of character, influence, and resilience. Diddy's parties showcase who can handle the pressure of fame, who can stay grounded, and who might crumble under the spotlight. Meek points out that many young artists come in starry-eyed, believing that success is instant once you're in the room. But the truth is, the parties expose vulnerabilities, insecurities, ego clashes, and unpreparedness. Some leave with valuable connections and lessons, while others realize the hard way that the music industry isn't just about talent. It's about strategy, patience, and knowing how to navigate power structures. It's also about observation. Meek Mill emphasizes that Diddy's parties are carefully curated. You're not just attending a celebration. You're entering a classroom. The way young rappers interact, the way they respond to conversations, and even how they carry themselves are all noticed. Veterans like Diddy use these gatherings to identify who's ready for bigger opportunities and who still has growing to do. And it's not just about social interactions. Meek Mill reveals that these parties are filled with subtle pressures. Labels, managers, and industry executives watch closely. They see who's ambitious, who's easily influenced, and who might be loyal or disloyal. These seemingly casual moments can determine the trajectory of a career, sometimes more than the music itself. The reality, Meek explains, is that for young rappers, attending Diddy's parties can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's a chance to learn, connect, and gain mentorship. On the other, it can be a trap, exposing those who aren't prepared for the politics, the expectations, and the sometimes ruthless nature of the industry. He stresses that fame comes with a price, and parties like these are a reflection of that. They offer lessons on power, influence, and reputation, but they also show that the music industry doesn't reward talent alone. It rewards strategy, resilience, and an ability to navigate complex social dynamics. Meek's insights aren't just warnings, they're guidance. He wants young rappers to understand that attending these events requires more than charm and confidence. It requires awareness, foresight, and the ability to protect oneself while still making the most of every opportunity. By sharing his experiences, Meek Mill is lifting the veil on a world most fans only see through photos and Instagram posts. He's revealing that behind the luxury and glamour, there's a real education taking place, one that can make or break careers depending on how young artists handle it. Some rappers leave these parties inspired, ready to take on the industry with new insights. Others leave humbled, realizing that their rise isn't as straightforward as they thought. And some, unfortunately, get caught in situations that can slow their progress or complicate their careers for years. Meek Mill's message is clear: these parties are more than celebrations. They're a stage where reputations are built and tested. The energy, the people, the conversations, all of it matters. And for those entering this world for the first time, the lessons are priceless if they're paying attention. This video will break down Meek Mill's revelations, explore the hidden dynamics of Diddy's parties, and give young artists an insider's perspective on what it really takes to succeed in the rap game. Dives deeper into what Meek Mill revealed about the dynamics at Diddy's legendary parties. These aren't just glamorous social events. They're high-stakes environments where young rappers are tested in ways that go far beyond music. Meek Mill explains that the parties serve as a microcosm of the music industry itself. Every conversation, every interaction, every smile or misstep can be observed and interpreted. For newcomers, it's easy to feel out of place, starstruck, overwhelmed, and unsure how to navigate the social politics at play. This is precisely what makes these gatherings such a powerful tool for industry veterans like Diddy. According to Meek, one of the most common experiences for young artists is pressure to prove themselves instantly. You might think your talent or social media following is enough to earn respect, but in this setting, it's about presence, awareness, and strategy. How you carry yourself under scrutiny often matters as much as your music. Meek mentions that some artists arrive thinking they're ready for the spotlight, only to quickly realize that reputation and perception in these rooms can define their careers just as much as their hits. Networking is another critical element. These parties aren't merely social, and they're business classrooms disguised as celebrations. Industry executives, managers, and collaborators watch and take mental notes of who's ambitious, who's genuine, and who might be easily influenced. Even a casual conversation can determine whether an artist gets invited to future collaborations, receives a feature, or gains access to bigger opportunities. Meek stresses that young rappers need to be mindful of the intentions behind every interaction. Meek also points out that Diddy's parties test more than just talent or connections. They test loyalty and character. Artists often face situations where they must decide whether to play politics, stay authentic, or follow the advice of new mentors. How they respond can send subtle signals about who can be trusted and who may be swayed by short-term gains. Interestingly, Meek highlights that many young rappers leave these events both humbled and enlightened. They witness the unspoken rules of the industry in action, how relationships can be fleeting, how influence is measured, and how fame can be a double-edged sword. Some learn lessons that help them grow, while others are caught off guard, realizing that charm or talent alone cannot shield them from scrutiny. There's also a darker side. Meek Mill points out that while Diddy's parties are full of opportunity, they can also expose vulnerabilities. Young artists may feel pressured to prove themselves, make strategic alliances, or navigate subtle power plays that could compromise their integrity. Those who misstep may face setbacks, reputational damage, or exclusion from future opportunities. Moreover, the parties often serve as an informal testing ground for who is ready to handle the complexities of fame. Meek explains that Diddy and other seasoned executives present can gauge whether an artist is prepared for the larger stage, both on and off the microphone. The interactions, casual or serious, reveal patterns of behavior, decision-making skills, and adaptability, all crucial qualities for long-term success. Meek's revelation emphasizes that the music industry isn't solely built on talent. It's built on strategy, perception, and relationships. These parties act as a litmus test for young rappers, highlighting strengths and weaknesses that could define their careers. He also warns that social media doesn't tell the full story. Fans might see the glamour, the big crowds, and the celebrity appearances, but the real education happens in the subtle, behind-the-scenes interactions. What an artist says, how they respond to challenges, and how they maintain their composure. All of it is observed. Finally, Meek makes it clear that young artists should approach these gatherings with intentionality. Don't just attend to be seen, attend to learn. Watch, listen, and absorb the lessons. Network thoughtfully and maintain authenticity. These parties are opportunities to gain insight into the inner workings of the industry, but only if the right mindset is applied. In the next part, we'll explore specific incidents Meek Mill recounted, highlighting the moments that shaped young rappers' careers at these legendary gatherings, and reveal how the lessons from Diddy's parties can make or break a rising star. As we move deeper into Meek Mill's revelations, it becomes clear that Diddy's parties aren't just celebrations, they're tests of character, strategy, and resilience. According to Meek, these gatherings have made or broken careers for many young rappers, and understanding what happens inside is crucial for anyone aiming to survive in the rap game. Meek recalls that one of the biggest challenges for newcomers is managing attention and pressure simultaneously. At Diddy's events, every move is observed. Fans, industry executives, and even other artists are watching. A single misstep, whether it's showing disrespect, overstepping boundaries, or acting overly confident, can shape perceptions in ways that last long after the party ends. He shares stories of young rappers walking into the room thinking their talent alone would earn respect, only to find themselves humbled by the environment. Diddy's parties are carefully curated. They bring together veterans, industry executives, potential collaborators, and influential personalities. For a young artist, it's a lot to process, and that's exactly the point. These parties are designed to reveal who is ready for the spotlight and who isn't. Meek highlights that networking at these events is far more strategic than most outsiders realize. Casual conversations are loaded with unspoken evaluations. Who asks the right questions? Who listens? Who tries to impress with humility instead of arrogance? Every interaction is a test of awareness and intelligence. Those who navigate it successfully often secure opportunities that can fast-track their careers. Those who fail may face delays or obstacles that could take years to recover from. Another aspect Meek points out is loyalty and alliances. Young rappers often find themselves caught between mentors, peers, and industry executives, each with their own agendas. How they handle these dynamics can impact their credibility and long-term prospects. Meek stresses that it's not enough to be talented. You must also be perceptive, cautious, and strategic. There's also a lesson in observation. Meek notes that some young artists spend too much time trying to impress instead of watching and learning. Those who pay attention to the nuances, who's talking to whom, how deals are discussed, how influence is wielded, gain knowledge that can't be found in studios or social media. Meek Mill also sheds light on the subtle pressures that can compromise integrity. Some young rappers are tempted to make alliances or choices that might bring short-term gains, but risk long-term independence. It's a delicate balance, gaining influence and opportunities while staying true to oneself. Misjudging this balance can lead to reputational damage, strained relationships, or even being excluded from future high-profile collaborations. The parties also reveal the importance of confidence and composure. Meek explains that how a rapper handles themselves under scrutiny is as important as their lyrical skills. Remaining calm, showing respect, and maintaining authenticity are observed traits that often determine who gets noticed and who doesn't. Meek shares anecdotes where young rappers left these events humbled but wiser. Some realized that fame is fleeting and that relationships in the industry are fragile. Others learned the hard way about the consequences of arrogance or misplaced trust. These moments, while challenging, often serve as defining lessons for navigating the music industry. One of the most critical insights Meek emphasizes is that fame and talent alone aren't enough. The music industry rewards perception, strategy, and adaptability. Diddy's parties are microcosms of the larger industry, a place where social skills, intelligence, and emotional awareness are tested alongside talent. Finally, Meek Mill warns that young rappers must approach these events with intention. Attend not just to be seen, but to observe, learn, and build meaningful connections. The parties are filled with lessons on influence, loyalty, and the subtle mechanics of the industry. Lessons that can define careers if understood correctly. In the next part, we'll conclude with the broader implications of Meek Mill's revelations, showing what young artists should take away from these stories and how they can use this knowledge to navigate their own paths to success. After hearing Meek Mill break it down, one thing is clear: Diddy's parties are more than just glamorous events. They're educational experiences disguised as celebrations. For young rappers, they're a reflection of the music industry itself, packed with lessons on strategy, perception, and survival. Meek emphasizes that these gatherings separate the prepared from the unprepared. The environment is high stakes. Every interaction matters. Who you meet, how you speak, and how you carry yourself can influence the trajectory of your career. Fame might seem immediate, but the industry rewards awareness, composure, and strategic thinking, not just talent. One of the most crucial takeaways Meek shares is the importance of observation over performance. Many young rappers walk into these parties trying to impress, flashing money, bragging about their hits, or flexing their social connections. But Meek warns that those who watch, listen, and learn often come out ahead. Every gesture, every conversation, every subtle action is a lesson if you pay attention. Loyalty and relationships are tested as well. Meek points out that the people surrounding you, friends, managers, collaborators, can influence how you're perceived. Missteps or misplaced trust can have long-lasting consequences. It's not just about who you know. It's about how you interact and how you handle pressure and politics. Meek also reveals the hidden pressures that accompany fame. Young rappers might feel compelled to align with certain figures, make strategic alliances, or compromise their authenticity. These pressures are subtle but powerful, and navigating them requires self-awareness, patience, and a strong sense of personal integrity. Those who misstep risk setbacks that could take years to recover from. Importantly, Meek stresses that the lessons learned at these parties go beyond individual survival. They teach how to thrive in an industry that is fast, competitive, and sometimes ruthless. Artists who understand the rules of the game, without losing themselves, are the ones who sustain long-term success. Meek's warning isn't meant to scare young rappers. It's meant to prepare them. Talent is only part of the equation. Strategy, awareness, and emotional intelligence are equally important. By paying attention to the dynamics at Diddy's parties, artists gain insights into the bigger picture of the music business, how power works, how influence is wielded, and how reputations are made or broken. At the end of the day, these parties are a test, a reflection of the industry's opportunities and challenges. For those willing to learn, they are invaluable classrooms filled with lessons that can shape a career. For those unprepared, they can expose vulnerabilities that might slow or derail their growth. Meek Mill's message is simple but powerful. Approach fame with caution. Observe before acting and protect your authenticity. The glitz, the glamour, and the big names are enticing, but without awareness and strategy, even the most talented young rapper can stumble. For Lil Baby, Polo G, or any rising artist, this is a wake-up call. Fame is fleeting, but the lessons learned from observing, understanding, and navigating these high-pressure environments can last a lifetime. Meek's insights serve as both a cautionary tale and a roadmap for young artists seeking to succeed without compromising themselves. In conclusion, the takeaway is clear. The path to success isn't just about hits, streams, or social media clout. It's about understanding the hidden rules of the industry, making smart choices, and staying true to yourself. Diddy's parties are just one lens into this reality. A vivid reminder that in the rap game, every move counts. Young rappers, take note, talent opens doors, but strategy, awareness, and integrity determine whether you stay in the room or get left behind. Meek Mill just revealed the untold truths about what really happens to young rappers at Diddy's parties. Do you think these lessons could change how rising stars handle fame? Comment below and tell us which rapper you think learned the most from these experiences. Smash that like button if you want more insider stories from the rap world, and don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates on the biggest hip-hop drama and revelations.